online class D6. In today's class, we are going to learn workbook lesson number 2, more about plants. In today's class, we are going to learn workbook lesson number 2, more about plants. In your previous class, you would have learned lesson number 2, the plant fairy, lesson number 9, it's raining. In today's class, we are going to learn lesson number 2, more about plants. The lesson number 2, plant fairy, lesson number 9, it's raining, and workbook lesson number 2, more about plants. All these lessons are combined lessons. So, in today's class, we are going to learn workbook lesson number 2, more about plants.
So what lesson we are going to learn today? Workbook lesson number 2, more about plants. So we are going to learn about parts of plant and their functions. So usually the plants are divided into two systems. Usually the plants are divided into two systems. One is root system and other one is shoot system. One is root system and other one is shoot system. The part of the plant which grows below the soil is called root system. The part of the plant which grows below the soil is called root system. The part of the plant which grows above the soil is called shoot system. The part of the plant which grows above the soil is called shoot system. So what are the two types of system? Root system and shoot system. Root system, the part of the plant which grow below the soil. So which part will grow below the soil, children? Only root, right? So usually the root will grow below the soil. So hence it is known as root system. The part of the plants which grow above the soil is called shoot system, right? So which part will grow above the soil? So leaves, branches, stem, fruits, flowers are all seen above the soil, hence they are called shoot system. So now we are going to learn about each and every part of a plant and their function. So first we are going to learn about root system. So under the root system, which part will grow, children? Only root, right? So root will grow below the soil, and there are two types of root. There are two types of root. So what are they? They are fibrous root and taproot. They are fibrous root and taproot. Roots are usually two types. One is taproot and other one is fibrous root. Taproot will grow from the main stem. The taproot will grow from the main stem. Example, carrot, pea plant, etc. So the taproot will grow from the main stem, whereas fibrous root will grow from the stem, but they will grow large in number. The fibrous root, no, they will grow from the stem, but they will be large in number. So large number of roots will grow from the main root, whereas in taproot only one main root will grow from the stem, whereas in fibrous root large number of roots will grow from the main stem. So fibrous root examples are wheat, maize, paddy, etc. So fibrous root, now it will be bushy in appearance, okay? So taproot will be very slender, it will be very thin, and the one root will grow from the main stem, whereas fibrous root, large number of roots will grow from the main stem. Okay, this is about the types of root. So what is this function of root, children? Why the roots are there in the plant? The root will fix up the plant firmly into the soil. The roots will fix up the plant firmly into the soil, and they also absorb water and minerals from the soil, and it will give to the other parts of a plant. It will absorb water and minerals from the soil, and it will give to the other parts of the plant. So these are the main functions of a root. So what are they? They will fix up the plant firmly into the soil and they will absorb water and minerals from the soil and they will give to the other parts of a plant. Root will also store food. Even roots will also store food. Example, carrot, radish. So all these are roots. So they will store food. They will store energy. So when you eat carrot, when you eat radish, you get energy, right? Because these roots will also store food. Okay, so these are the main functions of root. Now we are going to see the second part. It is all about stem. So now we are going to learn about stem. So usually the stems are different types. Usually the stems are in different types. When the stem is thick and woody in nature, we call them as trunk. When the stems are thick and woody in nature, we call them as trunk, right? When the stems are thick and woody, we call them as trunk. And for shrubs and all, the stem will be very thin and it will be woody in nature. For shrubs, the stem will be thin and it will be woody in nature. For herbs, the stem will be green in color and it will be very, very thin. For herbs, the stem will be green in color and it will be very, very thin. For creepers and climbers, no, the stem will be green in color but it will be very, very delicate. It will be very, very weak. So what is the main function of stem, children? Why the plants have stem? Because the stem will hold the plant upright. The stem will hold the plant straight. The plant is straight only because of stem. Okay, so this is the main function of a stem. Then what is the next function? Yes, even stems will also store food. Then what is the next function? It will carry the water and minerals from the soil to other parts of the plant. Stems will carry the water and minerals from the soil to other parts of the plant. So these are the main functions of stem. Okay, so next we are going to learn about leaves. So next part which we are going to learn about is leaves. So leaf is an important part of a plant. Leaves are important part of a plant. Why I am saying this is very, very important, children? Because leaves only prepare food for entire plant. Because leaves, only the leaves will prepare food for the entire plant. So it is very, very important. Hence the leaves are called kitchen of the plant. Hence the leaves are called kitchen of the plant. Why they are called kitchen of the plant? Because only leaves will prepare food for entire part of a plant. Only the leaves will prepare food for the entire parts of a plant. Okay.
How does this leaf prepare food, children?
For example, if your mother wants to prepare food, if she wants to prepare curd rice, okay. So what she will take? She will take rice, she will take curd and she will take some salt and she will mix up all these three things together and she will give you a yummy curd rice, right? So like that, even plants also need three ingredients. What are they? Air, sunlight and water. Air, sunlight and water. So when these three ingredients are mixed together, the plants will prepare a food called glucose. So when these three ingredients are mixed together, they will get a food called glucose. So what are the three ingredients, children? Air, water and sunlight. Okay, how do the plants will get air, children? From the environment, right? So what we will do? We will take up oxygen and we will give out carbon dioxide, right? What we will breathe in? We will breathe in oxygen and we will breathe out carbon dioxide. So which gas we are breathing out? Carbon dioxide, right? So the plants will take up the carbon dioxide and they will use it for food preparation. Now they got the air. Now water, they need water, right? How do they get water? Only from the soil. So the roots and stem will carry the water and they will give to the leaf. So now they got air and sunlight. So the leaves are green in color, right? Because of the pigment called chlorophyll, right? So this chlorophyll which is there in this leaf will trap the sunlight. So the chlorophyll which is there in the leaf will trap the sunlight. So now the leaves got air, water and sunlight. So they will mix up all these three things together and they will produce the yummy food called starch or glucose. So hence the leaves are called kitchen of the plant. So this process of preparing food by the leaves are called photosynthesis. The process of preparing food by the leaves are called photosynthesis. The process of preparing food by the leaves is called photosynthesis. So what is spelling of photosynthesis? Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. Okay. So what is the meaning of photosynthesis? In the presence of light. Photo means light. Synthesis means mixing together. So in the presence of light, in the presence of sunlight, the air and water are mixed together. So photosynthesis means in the presence of sunlight, the air and synthesis means mixing together. So the air and water is mixed together. So after mixing, they produce the yummy food called starch or glucose. So during this process of photosynthesis, the plants will release oxygen. So during the process of photosynthesis, the plants will release oxygen. So what gas they are using for food production? They are using carbon dioxide. So during the preparation, they are releasing oxygen. So only that oxygen we are breathing in. So the plants are giving us oxygen. How do the plants give us oxygen? During this process called photosynthesis, the plants will release oxygen. So that oxygen will be used by human beings and other living creatures, living things, okay? So what is the main function of this leaf, children? Food preparation. So hence it is preparing the food for the entire plant. The main function of the leaves are food preparation.
So the next part which we are going to see is flowers. Flowers are the most important part of the plant. Why it is very important? Because flowers are the one which will attract the insects.
It is attracting the insects, children, because it is very bright color. No, it is in very bright color. So the flowers will attract the insects towards the plant. What does the flowers have? The flowers contain nectar, right? So the insects will come and suck the nectar from flowers. So the flowers has bright colors and they also have nectar. So it is a sweet liquid present in the flower. So what is nectar? Nectar is a sweet liquid present in the flowers which will attract many insects. So the bright color and the sweet liquid called nectar will attract many insects towards them. Okay, so towards plants many insects will come only because of flower. So next part which we are going to learn about is fruit. Okay, first what will come? First what we will get? We will get flower or fruit? Yes, we will get only flower. After flower only
We will get a yummy fruit.
Okay, first what will come? First only the flowers will come. After the flowers, the fruits will come from the plant. Okay, so first what will come? Flowers. Then after the flowers, the fruits, we will get fruits. So these are the different parts of a plant. So all the different parts of a plant: root, stem, leaves, branches, flowers and fruit. Root, stem, leaves, flowers and fruit. So these are the different parts of a plant.
So now let's do our book exercises. So take your science workbook. So this is your science workbook, Brain Tunes. So take this workbook and take page number 8. Take page number 8. Worksheet 1. Lesson number 2, more about plants. A question. Mark F for fibrous roots and T for tap roots. So already we learned there are two types of root system, right? So what are the two types of root system? Tap root and fibrous root. So what is taproot? Taproot will grow from the main stem. So the taproot will grow from the main stem, whereas fibrous root will be bushy in appearance. The fibrous roots will be bushy in appearance, right? So what is example of taproot? Carrot, beans. So all these are examples of taproot. And examples of fibrous roots are grass. So all these are example for fibrous root. So now let's do the A exercise. Mark F for fibrous roots and T for taproots. So first one, you can see the grass, right? So it comes under what root? Exactly, it comes under fibrous root. Carrot is an example of taproot. Next, third one, wheat. So it is example of fibrous root. Peas is example of taproot. Then you can see a tomato plant. So it is an example of taproot. So first one is fibrous root. Second one, carrot, is a taproot. Then third one is fibrous root. Fourth one, pea plant, is taproot. Then last one, potted plant, is taproot. Now let's do the B exercise. Unscramble the words given below the pictures. So you are going to unscramble the words which is given below the picture. So what is the first picture? That it is maize root. Second, what is second picture? Yes, you're right. It is radish. R-A-D-I-S-H. Radish. Then third one. Yes, it is coriander leaf, right? So it is coriander. C exercise. Take the functions of roots from the statements given below. So what are the main functions of root, children? The function of the root is to fix the plant firmly into the soil, right? What is the main function of the root? Main function of the root is to fix the plant firmly into the soil. So this is the first function. What is the next function? It will absorb the water and minerals from the soil and it will give to the other parts of the plants. So it will absorb the water and minerals from the soil and it will give to the other parts of the plants, right? Then what is the next function? It will store the food. It will store the nutrients. So what is the functions of root? Function of the root is to hold the plant firmly into the soil. And what is the next function? It will absorb the water and nutrients from the soil and it will give to the other parts of the plant. And what is the next function? It will store the nutrients, right? So these are the functions of root. Now let's see. So there are three statements are given. So you have to read those statements and you have to find whether it is functions of the root or not. So what is the first statement? Absorb water and minerals from the soil. So the root will absorb water and minerals from the soil? Yes, that is the main function of the root, right? So you have to give a tick mark in that box. Absorb water and minerals from the soil. Yes, that is the function of the root. So you have to give tick. Store food. Yes, it will store food. Carrot, radish, all these are roots, right? So it will store the nutrients. So it will store food. So that is correct. Third one, prepare food. Will the root prepare food? No, right? Which is called kitchen of the plant. Leaf is called kitchen of the plant, right? So only the leaf will prepare the food. So the last statement, prepare food, is wrong. So first, absorb water and minerals from the soil. Yes, you have to give a tick. Store food. Yes, it's correct. It will store food. The root will prepare food? No, it will not prepare food. So the last statement is wrong. So third one is wrong.
D. Label its parts and color the leaf.
So you are going to label the part of the leaf and you're going to color it. Okay. So what is the first part? So the first part of the leaf is called leaf blade. So what is this part? It is called leaf blade. That outer cover, it is called leaf blade. Then inside the center line is called midrib. Inside the center line is called midrib. And small that V-shaped lines are called veins, side veins. So this is called vein or midrib, and the side V-shaped line is called side veins. And that edge is called what? Stalk. The edge is called stalk. So what is that? Leaf blade. And the center line is called midrib. And side V-shaped lines are called vein, side veins. And this edge part is called stalk. Now let's do the exercise in page number 9. Take page number 9, worksheet 2. A. Match the plants to their types. So how many types we have? We have 5 types, right? What are the types of plants? Trees, herbs, shrubs, climbers and creepers. Trees, herbs, shrubs, climbers and creepers. Right? So we are going to match it. So what is the first picture? The first picture is tree. Very good. So what is the second picture? It is coriander. Coriander is a herb. Coriander is a herb. Coriander, mint, all these are herb. You can see the thin green stem, right? So when you can see a thin green color stem, it is nothing but it is a herb. Then what is the third picture? It is shrub. You can see a thin woody stem. You can see a thin woody stem, right? So that is called shrub. Then last one, it is climbers. What is the last picture? It is climber. So what is the first picture? It is tree. Second, coriander leaf is an example of herb. And third picture, hibiscus plant is an example of shrub. And last, grapes is an example of climber plant. Now let's do the B exercise. Answer in one word. Which is the fruit that has no seeds? Which is the fruit that has no seeds? Answer, pineapple. So pineapple is the only fruit that has no seed. Which is the fruit that has no seed? Answer is pineapple.
Children, can you see something in my hand? Yes. So what is that? Yes, exactly, you're right. It is pineapple. So pineapple is the only fruit that has no seed. So pineapple is the only fruit that has no seed.
Did you know strawberries are the only fruit with seeds on the outside? Strawberries are the only fruit with seeds on the outside.
Second one, what is the name of the sweet liquid present in flowers? So what is the name of the sweet liquid present in the flower? Yes, and nectar. Nectar is a sweet liquid present in flowers. Third question, name a desert plant that stores water in its stem. Name a desert plant that stores water in its stem. Cactus.
Children, really I feel very hot. Why so? Why is it so? Yes, because I am standing in desert. I feel very thirsty too because I am in desert, right? So, usually the plants which grow in desert region, they will store water in its stem. Usually the plants which grow in desert region, they will store water in its stem. So, example of such plant is called cactus. So, example of such plant is called cactus. So, these cactus instead of leaves, these cactus have some spines on their body. So, why these cactus have spines? Because to reduce the water loss, they have spines on their body. So, the plants which grow in desert will store water in its stem. Example, cactus.
Fourth question, give an example for aquatic plant. Give an example for aquatic plant. The plants which grow in water is called aquatic plant, right? So they are asking us to give one example. So lotus. So lotus will grow in water, right? Ponds and all. So lotus is an example of aquatic plant.
Children, can you see something in front of me? Yes. The plants which grow in water are called aquatic plants. Plants which grow in water are called aquatic plants. So example of such plants, lotus, lily, etc. So the plants which grow in water are called aquatic plants.
Fifth question. Name the process of growth of a new plant from a seed. Name the process of a growth of a new plant from the seed. When a plant grows from a seed, that is called germination. That process is called germination.
The process of a growth of a new plant from a seed is called germination. The process of a growth of a new plant from a seed is called germination. So when we sow a seed into the soil, after few days we can see some roots are coming out. So the roots will grow below the soil, right? And later after few days, you can see some leaves and a small stem is coming out of that seed. So that is called germination. The process of a growth of a new plant from a seed is called germination.
C. Identify the seeds given below. Identify the seeds given below. So what is the first seed? It is mustard. Kadugu solvangala mustard. So what is the first seed? Mustard. What is second seed? Jeera. Your mother will use jeera.
It is also called cumin seeds. It is also called cumin seeds.
Then third, you'll eat chapati, right? From where you get chapati? Only from wheat. So wheat is also a seed. So third picture is wheat. Fourth picture, what is that? Commonly we'll eat, right? What is that? Rice. So what is the first picture? Mustard. Second picture, cumin seeds. And third one, wheat. And fourth one, rice. See, identify the seeds given below. First one mustard. Second one cumin seeds. Third one wheat. Fourth one rice. Now let's do the exercise in page number 10. Worksheet 3. A. Draw the process of germination of a seed. So you are going to draw the process of germination of seed. So first what we will do? First we will sow the seed, right? After that you can see a tiny roots begin to grow. Then you can see a small part of a plant. What is that? That it will peeps above the ground, right? A stem along with single leaf or two leaves, it will peep above the ground. Then you can see the plant is growing gradually. B. Roman letter. Tick the correct statement and cross the wrong statements. Tick the correct statement and cross the wrong statement. First, flowers grows into a fruit. Flower grows into a fruit. The flower will grows into a fruit. Yes, the flower will grows into a fruit. Yes, it is correct. Fruit grows into a flower. Again from the fruit, the flower will come. No, right? So it is wrong. Only from the flower, the flower will grows into a fruit. From the fruit, we will not get flower. Second question. The plant holds the stem upright. The plants hold the stem upright. Will the plants hold the stem upright? No, only the stem will hold the plant upright. Only the stem will make the plant stand straight, right? So the plant holds the stem upright is wrong. The stem holds the plants upright is correct. Second statement is correct. Third one, during respiration, plants take in oxygen. During respiration, plants take in oxygen. Will the plants take oxygen, children? No, the plants will give out oxygen and plants will take carbon dioxide. Plants will give out oxygen and they will take carbon dioxide, right? So what we need oxygen to breathe, right? So we will give out carbon dioxide and we will take oxygen. Humans will take oxygen and we will give out carbon dioxide. But plants, they will take up the carbon dioxide and they will give out the oxygen. So during respiration, plants take in oxygen. It is wrong. The statement is wrong. During respiration, plants take in carbon dioxide. Yes, that is correct. So first question, the flower grows into fruit. Correct. The fruit grows into a flower. Wrong. The plant holds the stem upright. False. The stem holds the plant upright. Yes, correct. Third one, during respiration, plants take in oxygen. Wrong. During respiration, plants take in carbon dioxide. Yes, correct. Help, C question. Help Manoj to find the way to eat watermelon. So you are going to find way for the Manoj to reach the watermelon. So you are going to do this exercise.